Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. We've got the semifinals of DGG Open 3 here. So only a couple matches. Let's see where we're currently at. The bracket says it is stoicrooster versus PonchoMango is our first match. Excellent Lionar ditto there. And then in the bottom we'll have Lefthook versus Agent Cypher 19. Magmar versus Songhai should be great. And you can see their path that they got here. All of them were high seeds, so they demolished the up-and-comers from round 1. And mostly 2-0s the whole way up, other than stoicrooster, who had a 2-1 tangle with Juiceboxy's Lionheart. And these matches are only going to be best of 3. The finals are going to be best of 5. So it's going to be first to 3 wins for whoever makes it out of here. Let's have a look at the decks. PonchoMango versus stoicrooster. Fun fact, these guys were the tournament champions of the past 2. PonchoMango won the first one, which was a one-day event, and stoicrooster won the previous one. So these guys are shooting for their second crown. And it's not the same deck, because we see PonchoMango with Brome Warcrest here is going to be spamming out a lot of dudes and some spells that really pump his team up. And a backup strat of being able to play Grand Strategos. But usually goes for the Windcliff Alarmists and gets a huge board out. And on the other side, stoicrooster does not have a single spell, because he's got 3 Alabaster Titans. So gonna be a force as soon as he gets to that sweet 7 mana. These Rust Crawlers don't have any targets, but for this format, these players have a few extra cards. They could have up to 52 cards, so we probably won't be seeing any of those. They'll just be cut. The Hollow Grovekeeper might come in, though, from stoicrooster to eat all these provokes. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into game number 1 of Stoic versus Poncho. First to 2 wins takes it. Alright, let's kick it off with the Vanar theme music. As you can see, PonchoMango's got his cool 3-prong trophy. Stoic's got the 2-prong one. The lovely red lace and ribbon going through it. So I wonder what month this trophy that these guys are fighting for is going to be dated, because this tournament is going across December and January. Oh. Turn 1, PonchoMango finds his Windcliff Alarmist, so he's going to have a pretty explosive next turn. Opts to play the Metallurgist a little defensively, so it can't just be immediately bopped by a Sentinel or something. But this is like the perfect turn 1 minion to have. It's so good. Ooh, interesting movements here with the Diagonal Step and the Sworn Avenger. You don't see that opening a lot. Usually Lionars will just take 2 steps forward and drop their Silverguard Knight out, but Stoic is doing some fancier plays. Maybe able to get these mana, since Poncho's being a little slow at getting them himself. PonchoMango could have a pretty strong Sureforger here if he wants. And there's no hard removal. other than the disco pony if it shows up. Going instead for the Aurora, another minion that can get pumped up with all these small minions. Pretty impressive wall of units from PonchoMango. Stoic is going to have only his minions and his face to deal with it. So Stoic could potentially just take 5 damage to the face, slash this Aurora up, shoot it, finish it off with a Sentinel. But that's your whole turn. And that's 5 damage to the face. Replaces and finds a second Titan, that's not good. These are dead cards. Two options for minions. This Sworn Avenger is going to be safe for one more turn. And we can tell that Poncho is not running the Strategos version because he doesn't have it in his hand. Being able to see both hands is really nice, because we don't have to keep doing the what if. Ooh. Maximum backing away. And just pinging the Aurora once. That seems better than just taking 5 face damage and putting yourself right in reach of the enemy. Aurora's pretty happy to clean that unit up. Time to see what this Alarmist can do. Bam! Now there's a 5/5 on the board. 5/6 with the buff. And the random pet is probably the best pet. 2/5 celerity for 1. People would love that card. You could just play it. Stoic is gonna need to somehow have his next turn drop a bunch of minions, and then the turn after that he boots them with the artifact suite from the Titan. Okay, Sentinel in the back. Stoic is going to need to find his Hollow Grovekeeper. That would take care of this Protector. Another way is you can just kill the Alarmist, and then the Protector turns into an Alarmist. Yeah, Stoic is in a pretty rough spot because his units aren't in formation with him, so even when he does pop his artifact suite, they need to be nearby him. If he had any units, that was. So we do have the Grovekeeper showing up, and Letigris might even be better than that. But here's the 2/5 celerity for 1. It's actually a 3/6. Whoops, GG. PonchoMango with this incredible board. Golem Swarm gets there. Well played, well played. Let's see if Stoic can bring it back. He's on match point though. Can't take another loss. Going in 3, 2, 1. Game 2. The semifinals. PonchoMango versus stoicrooster. Let's see if Strategos has been boarded in. Nope. I guess he didn't need it last game. The Golem Rush is really good. And here it is again. Turn 1 Metallurgist with the Celebrant. It's what they call the nuts. Okay, same opener. This is an opener worth going for. A lot of people will just put it diagonally forward to go for the mana tile. But it's kind of a mana unit. Silfguard Knight, lockdown in the face, Celebrant for a really big next turn. Stoic at least has Titan in hand for late game security. And this Grovekeeper, it's 1 mana too early, but it's good in the matchup. This is slightly too huge to clear. This Fighting Spirit spell that Poncho just cast is pretty incredible. And Stoic's pretty impressed. Not even gonna touch the minion, because if you can't kill a minion, it's not really worth it to damage it. Because they can still get a lot of value out of it. So full pass, waiting for Roar. To be fair, this roared up lion can do a lot of damage once it gets going. The tiger is here to build to this huge board. Good placement on the Letigris, so any of the cub spawns would be able to take out this minion. And has just enough for a full clear. Wow. Oh, Stoic. Insta-concede GG. PonchoMango with a 2-0 victory. We'll see you in the finals. Again. Wow. That was some fast games. This might be your quickest night yet. Well, on the other half, let's have one last look at these decks, because we'll be seeing a little bit more of PonchoMango. Watch out for those spells and that spam. Golems versus Jam. Alright, round 2 is Lefthook, who took 24 damage in real life, but it wasn't lethal, so he was able to do a recovery and play some duelists. Versus Agent Cypher 19, whose previous opponents have been terribly cursed. Because Lefthook had a pretty nasty impact. Snowy Onion in the previous round got a really nasty sickness. When I was playing him, I had some wicked insomnia. So Agent Cypher 19 gonna see if his very cursed setup here is gonna carry him through. Who knows? There might be a spiral technique out of nowhere with this singleton deck. And yeah, you can see that Agent Cypher 19 running the Mithron Wanderer, so at some point these things are going to be huge. And there's no point to not running it with a list like this, so it totally telegraphs you're just going to have it every game. Which is fine, because it's, well, it's at least not a 7-7, so I can be happy about that. Lefthook with his Voth Green Songhai. It has a lot of burst damage, a lot of surprise, a lot of late game sustain. He's going to be putting in those Earth Spheres to heal back up, or going to be doing some nasty late game stuff with the Saurian Finality, which just eats the mana and gives you a free turn, and it's pretty great. Armada has sometimes hit the action bar. Big Lizard with a gun, we'll see if that shows up, or the Mortar Maw. for some artillery. Usually we just see lava slashers, but hey, could be some real fancy stuff. And watch out for those 2 Mechanta War Beasts. Those things are always playmakers. But hey, maybe Agent Cypher will bust out some Grimes. That could be anything. Has a unnerfed version of the Scroll Bandit, so it just hits harder from behind. Some cool stuff. Let's see who's the first 2 wins in this other semifinals. Best of 3. Going into it in 3, 2, 1. The Specialist versus the Generalist. Lefthook with his impressive one of each banner. As soon as I get a banner, I'm probably going to do the same thing and then just grind out getting a banner for each. Because you might as well. Otherwise it telegraphs what you play the most. Well, here's Agent Cypher with his 200 Songhai wins. And also in the Gauntlet Gang. Kind of an awkward starting hand for Cypher, because you don't want to be dropping a turn 1 mana, but you also don't want to be just giving up all these mana tiles. Just make sure you don't dispel the mana you intend to go for if you do drop the Shroud, because I had someone do that to me last night. They just dropped a Shroud as if they're going for the mana and then just immediately ate it. Does not find anything better though. Everything costs 3. There's nothing to ramp to 4, so there isn't even any point to go for the mana. Does it anyway in case he wants to go Tatsu. Also, you do want to be casting spells, because if you don't have anything in your hand, you're just burning cards instead of drawing them. Oh, here's a start. Metallurgist MVP again. And people want it unbanned for some reason. Well, consistent early game, I guess. With 2 Drogons, he could get a ×4 multiplier on his BBS if he wants. There is a spiral technique floating around in Agent Cypher's deck, so surprise 8 damage for 8. Yeah, and then the 1/1 minion just relevant enough. Lefthook might want to replace to find a Lava Slasher. Other option is Drogon on a mana tile. Just to eat it. Doesn't have the BBS online though, so can't get immediate value, but this is a pretty big threat. Agent Cypher is probably going to be wanting to fish for his Panda combo, where he gives this Pando Death Strike seal. Instead finds a Cryptographer, which is okay, but there's not a lot of good double spelling actions for cleaning at your bar here. Maybe a 3-drop and an Arcane Heart would be great, because the Kiba Holder can keep this Drogon back a turn, and then you just shoot it. Okay, the fadeaway. The other option was you could attack Drogon, just take 5 face damage and finish it with the Maw. That way they don't get their attack buff doubled. Well, key beholder over here. That seems good. Targets the metallurgist. What? That must have been a misclick. Not playing on mobile though. Oops. Oh, this is gonna hurt. And another 5 damage from the Drogon up top, which should have been rooted. This is so much damage. That's it. Everything is lethal now. Maw at least cleans up this one. EMP is way too early. This one can at least be shot, so the Drogons can be taken off the table. It's not dead this turn. He's definitely dead next turn, though. There's just... Homeostatic Rebuke, pretty good removal for all those ranged threats that were way out of range. Natural Selection to finish it off. It's the Wanderer turn. Doesn't do anything without a board though. Good game, good game. Lefthook got in there a little too quick, and pretty unfortunate misclick there from Agent Cypher rooting the small minion instead of the big one. But with a singleton deck, you never know what you're going to get. A lot of expensive cards, apparently. Not a lot wanted to come out, and a lot costed 3. Okay, Agent Cypher, 19. Let's see if a 2-0 can happen. Or is it going to be another 2-0 that way? Going in 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're here for game number 2 of the second half of the semifinals for DGG number 3. Got an artillery lizard, pretty nice. He's got a D10 in the pocket. Zendo is here. No turn 1 plays though. Agent Cypher kind of rolling high with his cards. Ideally, he would get something like a Jaxi or a Celebrant, but there's just so few 2-drops and 1-drops in the deck. It seems it's actually a little stronger to be as player 2. So then you can at least be doing plays each turn. So could drop a minion and then warp it somewhere, give it a plus, and then potentially eat both of these mana? I think that would have been fine. Saving all the mana. The pig. Yeah, I was thinking maybe you just drop the pig on the top and then you warp it to the middle, or warp it to the top. But being able to warp this around... Like, you could put this in the corner and it's like a huge threat. It's gonna need to do work pretty soon though, because Lefthook is getting his wombo combo ready. Assassination Protocol is pretty nice. It's just cheap enough that it could be used. But this Drogon is just out of range of it. Even if Dioltis was dropped, it couldn't reach. This formation is too good. Could potentially still miss Dragon Seal and get 2 hits in with the pig to clear everything. That seems okay. Well, wait, no, I wouldn't clear everything because, well, Steeltis here instead. To kill a Ragebinder? Nope, to get rid of this nasty unit's text box. So the doubler's down. Doomstone's kind of annoying because every time you hit it, it's going to pump up this. Oh, here we go, Deathstrike Seal. So if he can find his inner focus, then he's got like a bomb in the pocket. This Rocktoptera's here just in time. Probably no replaces. This card quality is too good, even though it leaves mana unused. And then might as well just make a 1/1 sister somewhere. Probably a Seeker to the corner. Interesting. I would have expected Riva to run away from Voth, but kind of contesting the mana tile here. Lava Slasher's pretty nasty, and there's more where that came from. It's like slightly too tiny to turn into a panda. Wanderer is decent against it. Do you drop it below your general to block the minion, or do you drop it above to get the... Yeah, because this gets you an extra Arcane Heart, which is now a 2/2 ranged. Fizzling Mystic's pretty sweet. But these things are just so rude. Lava Slasher's coming in. Oh, the contain. One of these could be turned into a panda. One of them could be blasted. Really, the Battle Pando needs to do a move. The ultimate play is you just replace one of these 2 cards and you get Inner Focus to activate the panda immediately. That turns this into a winning game from a losing game. But the chances of that, there's only 1 copy of that. Finds a Lightbender, doesn't do anything against all these beefcakes. Probably just Fizzling Mystic and Battle Pando. Yeah. Clear as much as possible, get as much down as you can. Lefthook has some funny options here. including win the game. 8 damage to everything. Lefthook! Too tough to be eliminated. 2-0 wins over Agent Cypher. Congratulations, we'll be seeing more of this Voth against this Brome. In fact, I can even do some funny business here. Alright. Our next matchup. PonchoMango v Lefthook. With a V hanging out there. For the finals. These guys... They're gonna have one heck of a match. They've been just tearing up the bracket on their way in. Even to have a look here. Yeah. They've advanced so far, they're gonna be off the graphic for the grand finale. Well, that's been a bunch of fun. These guys are gonna have one heck of a best of 5 ahead of them. But in the meanwhile, I think it is time to peace out. Good night, all of y'all. Thanks for coming. See you next time.